What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the show. The boys are back from a small little break. We had to get an extra bye weekend. You know what I'm saying? Life be life, and man, sometimes you can't help it. We understand a lot was going on last week. But hey, we're back to give you this good content, these hot takes. Hey, man, either you could be with us, or you could be against the takes. We ain't ducking the smoke from nobody. It is what it is. But look, man, we here to enjoy. We have a good time. I'm joined by the boys. What's good, my man? C Note.
What's good with it?
We got 910's finest. BT, what's good with you, my boy?
My niggas, what's good?
And then, of course, we got the Doctor, Esquire Dave in the building. What's going on with you, bro?
Yeah. Always a pleasure, man. Good to be back.
Yeah, man. So we got a lot to talk about. 2 weeks worth of entertaining action. As you know, college basketball has kicked off. College football, we getting down to the wire with these now that we have our second playoff rankings that's been announced. And then NFL, we're over the halfway point. And NBA, we're about 11 games in. We had our first NBA Cup games last night. So we kind of get in the thick of it in the sports world, man. The parlays have been parlaying. The bets are really going up, man. It's a lot of heartbreak out there. But hey, look, man. The Sass are here to catch it all, man. We outside, we inside, it don't matter. But man, let's start with the college gridiron, man. As you said, we got our second week of the college playoff bracket coming out. As for people that don't understand, this year it's a 12 team playoffs. We got the four automatic bids coming from the conference championship games, the Big 12, ACC, SEC, and Big 10. So the teams that win those conference championships get the automatic bid in the 1 through 4 slot, followed by the next 7 teams ranked. And then, of course, you get a team from a lower 5 tier team, as a team like a Boise State or a UNLV fighting for that last playoff spot. So, fellas, we looking at these rankings. Of course, we see Oregon number 1. They had one of the best wins of the season, still undefeated. We got Ohio State at number 2. Texas move up to 3. Miami and Georgia, they took steps backwards after huge upsets this weekend to Georgia Tech and Ole Miss. Fellas, what do you think about these rankings so far? Is there's anything that kind of looks fishy to you? As there's things look like this is the way it should be? Like, what's your thoughts so far?
I'll start it off. For me, I think it's right where it needs to be.
Hmm.
I'm cool with, of course, Oregon being number 1. You know what I'm saying? They undefeated still. Ohio State number 2. They're number 2, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think talent wise, Ohio State has the best talent in college football. It's just all them putting it together. Um, what stood out to me though was still the SEC still got about 3 or 4 teams in the playoffs so far. They got 4, I think, Texas, Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss bitch asses. But yeah,
No,
they
get
got
your shit
four.
off. No,
They
yeah, no,
got
fuck
four.
them. They fucked up the parlay. Fuck them.
Here we go.
It's,
Here we go, man.
Uh-oh.
y'all know,
Uh-oh.
y'all know how I feel about Lane Kiffin, Bray Head Clown. But
Yeah. Yeah.
they had a big win against Georgia. I can't even hate on that. They had a big win, man. So I mean, I think it's right where it need to be. Miami kind of they've been playing with fire the whole season. Dre, that's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
squad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, no, I agree.
it was a matter of time before they kept playing with fire and getting burnt. You know what I'm saying? Georgia Tech beat them, but for the most part, I mean, I think it's where it need to be. I'm interested to see that Big 12 race between Colorado and BYU. I'm interested to see how that
Mhm.
pans out in the Big 12 championship if all both of them go undefeated for the rest of the way.
I feel, but
Yeah.
to your point, about the SEC. I mean, we always talk about like that's a conference that's looking like they're going to have about 3 or 4 teams. But what's interesting is down the line, the SEC can possibly have about 5 to 6 teams that are ranked 10 and 2.
Mhm.
By the time they get to the SEC championship, it could get real messy. So it's going to be interesting how they deal with everything because as much as they want to, the SEC wants to put about 6 teams in the playoffs, but between the Big Ten, once they added teams like Oregon, and of course you gotta have the automatic teams from the Big 12 and the ACC.
Uh,
I think some of those teams are going to cancel out, but what opened the door is over the past couple of weeks, the ACC took losses where they shouldn't. have been taking place at. We had Clemson losing to Louisville the other week, and then Miami losing to Georgia Tech. So now it seems like ACC is at this point is only going to get one team in the playoffs, where there was a way for at least having two teams to make it in. So with that out, SEC seems having 14 seems more realistic now than any time throughout this year because they're gonna go with the branding and the talent. We saw with how the whole Florida State thing happened last year. They're gonna put the branding and the talent and the interesting that I saw and not with this year's not this week's weekend but last week was how they had Georgia number three, and I think Texas was number two. I know Ohio State was number two, and Georgia was number three. And I think it was like the Florida State effect, and they just saw the QB play at Georgia, and it was like this team was perfect except for that QB. And just like how Miami was playing with fire, Georgia was playing with fire too, with the QB just throwing mad interceptions and having mad turnovers. Even though they had a impressive win against Texas, it just didn't look good from the offensive end, and finally burnt them against Ole Miss. So I think I think that was interesting how they did that and kind of working in their favor because now Georgia is in a predicament where they don't even probably couldn't make the playoff. They got a big game against Tennessee this weekend, so
Yeah.
that's that game that's pretty much a playoff game for Georgia right there.
And one more
Yeah.
thing about the SEC, bro. The crazy thing about the SEC, it's no dominant team, bro. Because
Mm,
Bama beat Georgia, but Georgia beat Texas.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ole Miss beat Georgia,
I
but
lost
LSU
LSU.
beat fucking Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
right.
A&M beat LSU, but South Carolina just beat A&M. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's no Vanderbilt beat Alabama. It's no dominant teams in the SEC, bro. That's the crazy part about it. Like I won't be surprised how the SEC finish out either way. To be honest with you, and it's
Mm,
bad quarterback play too, man. I'm not used to seeing bad quarterback play in the SEC, but it's real bad quarterback.
Yeah, I mean the SEC, the teams are beating each other up. I mean, this Tennessee Georgia game. I mean, to me, I feel like it's an elimination game. I mean, obviously, if Georgia loses, you may. I don't really see them putting the three-loss team in the playoff. Um, but think about Tennessee. If they lose, what their losses. I mean, like they lost to Arkansas earlier in the season, and then losing to Georgia. It kind of puts them behind the eight ball a little bit if they lose to Georgia, because I think, oh well, they still have Vanderbilt as the last game of the season, but I don't know. I feel like it's an elimination game coming
It's
up Saturday night.
this is definitely an elimination game. The only thing with Georgia and Tennessee, the quarterback for Tennessee is questionable. I think he's gonna play, but he's still questionable. So Georgia might get lucky with
mm.
that one. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely an elimination game though.
I think Georgia's overall is the better team, especially with that defense. I think they have probably the best defense in the country, but it's just that quarterback, man. Like it all when it matters, sometimes it really just comes down to that quarterback, especially in SEC play. And if he's out there coughing up the ball like he's been the last 3 weeks going into a month, that's not a good recipe for Georgia, especially we talking about going into the playoffs.
yeah, true.
But like you said, BT, the Big 12 actually has one of the most interesting storylines going to these playoffs. Colorado is on fire right now, and you still got BYU that's still undefeated in the conference. So that's looking like a head-to-head matchup. I know, Dave, you've been keeping up with your boys and everything. They comes to go to be bowl eligible, but hey, man, a playoff position is right in front of them, man. It's
Mm.
possible
Right.
they can. It's a path for them to get to that Big 12 championship and even win it. So, what's
Yeah.
your thoughts on Colorado and what's your overall thought about how the Big 12 shaping up right now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it right here, right now. Colorado is gonna make it to the Big 12 championship game, and it possibly might win that bitch to go to the playoff.
Oh
So
shit!
Oh
I'm
shit.
Facts.
just saying, because let's look at the schedule first off. So we play Utah at home this Saturday, big noon kickoff, 12 p.m. So that's 10 a.m. for both teams because we both on Mountain Time. And
Yeah,
then I mean, so because like okay, and then after that, I'm not saying like the schedule's not easy, but it's not that difficult either. we do have a tricky situation going to Kansas,
Mm-hmm.
right before the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So Kansas just beat Iowa State. They were smacking Iowa State actually,
Mm-hmm.
before they won by I think 9 points. So
Yeah.
going to Kansas, I'm not sure. We other than earlier in the season at Nebraska, we've been playing pretty well on the road. We played well at UCF, at Texas Tech this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We played well at Colorado State. So uh, I think we can hold our own. But that game against Texas Tech, we had a very slow start. Um, we came out flat. I don't know if people were just shook by the tortillas that they were throwing in the crowd, which makes no sense to me, by the way. They just seem fat by that, but it's whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, once we're able to, call 12, as I say, call 12, had 100 yards passing, and a few deflections. I don't like who. Yeah, I don't know who else doing that in the college football landscape, but yeah, once we were able to, get some points on the board, we were able to, show how much of a better complete team we are. So yeah, we got Utah this Saturday, then we got to go at Kansas, then at home against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is the worst team in the conference. They haven't won a conference game yet. So I feel,
Damn.
yeah, they 0-7
Ain't the running back? Ain't the running back over there?
Oklahoma State, I
Yeah.
guess, but they ain't doing nothing. I mean, they lost like 6 or 7 in a row.
Damn, that
So
draft
like,
stock plummeted, boy. Shit.
yeah, like I don't know, man. I guess blame Mike Gundy for that. But but yeah, they haven't won a game yet in the Big 12 this season. So
That's
I,
sad.
I feel good about where we can go. It doesn't because everything that we needed to happen in order to control our destiny has happened. We didn't necessarily need BYU to lose a game. BYU's probably not going to lose a game. Yeah, they had a close call against Utah, but I expected that because that's a rivalry. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't see BYU like losing a regular season game. Yeah, this season. So, but Iowa State, I definitely saw them at least losing at least once or twice because they had a close call against UCF. They won by 3, and then I figured Texas Tech would give them a game. I wasn't sure if they were going to beat them, but
Mm.
they beat them with a game-winning touchdown. And then they just lost to Kansas. And I even felt that I was looking at when Iowa State still has to play Kansas State the last game of the season.
Mm.
It's at Iowa State, but um, you know, I think
Yeah.
those are two good teams. I think Kansas State is a good team. So as long as we need to run the table so that we don't put anything up to chance because
Right.
if we lose, that puts Kansas State back ahead of us if they keep winning because they
Right.
have the head to head over us. And then
Right.
I don't know about the tiebreaker situation between Iowa State because if we lose again, that put us at two conference losses. They have two conference losses. So I don't know. I think we were losing the tiebreaker even when we were at the same conference record. So yeah, we just need to keep winning. I feel like we will. I feel like we will. We control our destiny. Dion's doing a hell of a coaching job this year. We got the stimulus package rocking and rolling. So I think we're gonna make it to the Big 12, man. The Big 12 championship.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, bet. All right, Corey, this question for you, and then we can probably move on to college hoops. So, as you saw, we got Oregon #1, we got Ohio State #2, Texas #3. They put Penn State at #4, and I'm just not feeling them at #4. Well, I know they had a quote unquote close game against Ohio State, but in the end, I just know Penn State's just not that good of a team. Is there a team you see in the rankings that should be replacing Penn State at #4, Corey?
If we look at the rankings, I mean, right now because we know that they're going to end up dropping, but you can definitely see someone like Tennessee possibly. It depends on how they perform this weekend against Georgia if they can get up there. And that obviously Miami they should be up there. Miami definitely should still be a top 3 team, but once again, they took that loss. They took it on the chin, but I think that was more of a building block for them because it's good to get that loss out of the way early because it remotivates a team and prepares them for a playoff push. But honestly, realistically, if I'm looking at it, it really would depend on how Tennessee performs this weekend.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But also like with the rankings, right? I think even with Miami at 9, I think they still in the bracket they like
Yeah,
a 4 or
Yeah,
5
they're
because the
yeah
conference
for
champions.
yeah they
Yeah,
right now they have them ranked as the 4th seed because of automatic bid win the
yeah,
ACC championship. So I mean, as we know, just like the same which in Colorado is in the ACC and the Big 12 is pretty much like a one and done
yeah,
automatic bid. That's the only way you're going to get into these playoffs. I just don't see two teams coming out of that conference unless just only because like Clemson, I don't see how many opponents they got left in the way to up their ranking. They were sitting like in the 20s last time I checked. Then you got SMU.
Clemson.
They just right outside. So maybe SMU, but that will require like Miami lose it in a way for them to get in. Like those two can only meet in the ACC championship game. So like SMU would need some help with like other teams losing in front of
yeah,
them in order to get into the conversation outside
Yeah.
from the ACC standpoint.
Well, yeah, SMU will have to get to the ACC championship and most likely play you guys and have to beat you
Mm,
guys in order to even get a playoff spot because
yeah.
mm,
And then it's a
and
lot of moving parts at that particular point. Then, because like how Dre said, like it would come down to those teams in front of them would have to fall down. It also would come down to if Miami is climbing. If Miami is climbing at
yeah,
that point, yeah,
and then think about like Indiana is about to play Ohio State in a couple weeks,
yeah,
so if Indiana loses,
that's the game I'm waiting to see
yeah,
because that's going to be a rankings changer right there. The results of that game, if
and then
Indiana could pull the upset or not.
Clemson has two opportunities to beat quality teams. They play at Pitt this weekend, and then they have South Carolina at the end of the season. So
That's
they
where
have
both of
two
them.
opportunities. Um, Miami has to win out. I think
Yeah,
Drake agree with that.
Miami just got to focus on Miami and just finish off the rest of their schedule.
Yeah,
who else do
yeah.
y'all have on y'all schedule, Dre?
We have Syracuse at the end
I think in Wake Forest.
and Wake Forest, I think.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys have
So
Syracuse. You guys
yeah,
have Syracuse last game of the season at Syracuse, and then you guys have Wake
yeah,
Forest. I think either this
so
weekend.
so so
Yeah,
so it's like so it's two. So we have like pretty much like even the Georgia Tech game, I feel like it was winnable, and they just was not. They didn't mentally prepare for that. Be on the
they
road. I
look
feel
past
like
it. That's all
the
it was. They looked past the game.
coaching, like we just had two big win. Well, we beat our rival in Florida State, and then we had that big game against Duke. Manny Diaz homecoming the last week. That was a good game. Another like BT alluded to, like we've been playing with fire for like over half the season. So like that was the Georgia Tech came. It was coming. It was like, all right, how many times can y'all just feel like y'all can come back in the second half and put these points up? So I hope that's a awakening that for on both sides of the ball that we got to execute. The biggest
To
thing and
be
when it comes to football is execution.
to be
yeah.
honest, that was the perfect time to actually take a L, if you ask
That's
me.
what I was about to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's the
you
perfect
rather
time.
you rather have it now happen now than in the ACC championship, for example. Let it catch up to you now so that it can be corrected.
Yeah,
Because it's just a matter of times like you fall behind and have to like you're not starting early and then you have to like catch up in the
exactly.
second half where
Mm.
for in college football like well I guess either college or pro like after a while that catches up to you.
Yeah, it does. It does. So I'm just waiting to see because talent wise, with this as a playoff team, I just gotta see how the coaching adjusts from this loss. So coaching is still some questions out there about him, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna see for sure. But going over to the other side, going from the gridiron to the court, we're gonna stick with college in this conversation. We got college basketball up and running, y'all. We getting to see all the transfers, the new coaches, the freshman phenoms out here on the court. I know we pretty much 2 weeks in, but I'm kind of like what I'm seeing right now. We already had some good matchups. Teams are playing each other early so far this year. Some crazy results like Gonzaga beating the shit out of Baylor.
Hmm.
But of course that came with a casualty. RIP to Mark Few's son.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what I don't know why he put that boy in the game with
Nah,
BJ out
that
there.
was a bad. Whoever threw him that pass was a bad pass. That was a bad pass. that was, that was a
Hey yo,
bad pass.
hey
Nigga,
yo,
that's not
hey yo,
easy, bro.
hey yo. If I was VJ, I would stop playing right now. I say that poster. I'm top five automatic. Like I can't go no lower than five. Nah, that
Yeah,
was ridiculous. Man, he ain't had to do that boy like that. He know he'll walk on, man.
Dude, that nigga
bad.
dirty, son. Mm.
Yeah, that was crazy work.
Yeah, but what y'all thought so far? I know it's just a few games, but is anybody living up to expectations? Is anything popped in you so far? Like, is the Cooper flag hype real? Are we feeling Dylan Hopper and Ruckus? Like let's keep it real. Like look,
I
we
I
can have honest discussions.
I think the Cooper flag hype is real. I mean, 26-12, but please, like in crunch time, do not give him the ball and try to back him down in the post.
Nah, get
Like,
that nigga the
do
ball,
not do
son.
that. Like,
Get that nigga the
like
ball.
Tyrese Parker or a guard should have the ball to set up the offense at the end of the game like that. Like, I don't know I don't know what John Shire was thinking with that call or that play call or whatever, but I don't know. But I my what stands out to me is that teams like, obviously, like with Calipari going to Arkansas, like a lot of transfers and a lot of talent is obviously going to go there. Um, Kansas has reloaded.
Hmm.
One thing that to me uh, was was part of their demise last season was they had no bench. They had no bench.
Right.
And I knew that from early on in the season last year. Like, yeah, they're not gonna be a threat later on because they don't have any bench. Like, yeah, their starters are cool, but they only have like maybe one guy that threatens you off the bench. So now they're deeper. I know they Self went through the transfer portal and got uh, a better bench. Kentucky is going to be a better team when we get to March because they're not relying on freshmen. They're relying on a lot of upperclassmen, and I think the things that you tend to need when you are on a path towards a championship, coaching, guard play, and upperclassmen really come in handy when you are on a title run. So
Hmm.
I think they'll be better in March. Do I think they'll win the champ? I don't think so. I don't really think that, but I think they'll be better. I think they'll be a Sweet 16 or Elite 18. Um, but yeah, that's what stands out to me. Like the transfer portal was put to good use by a lot of these
Yeah.
teams. So it's gonna be and the playing field. There's a lot of more better teams, which is why I feel like this three-peat journey that UConn is trying to go on. I want it to happen, but I have concerns because we have no guard play. Or
Mm.
at least our guard play is not as good as what it was the past two seasons.
Right.
We don't have a true point guard. We have a lot of wings. We still have a decent front court, but we don't have someone that is a true like point guard like a RJ Davis, for example. Like we don't have somebody like that.
That's a recipe
Um,
for disaster.
yeah, so I don't know I don't know we're gonna do in that situation. I mean, we have talent and we have like some guys that we picked up in the portal as well, and we have at least one like a few guys from last season coming back, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough to uh, defend our title.
Facts. I
Um,
mean,
I
what
mean,
stands out
good.
to me? Oh, go ahead.
Now I'll just say good thing for y'all. Y'all playing the Big East, the watered down
Facts.
Big East. So y'all gonna have a lot of good practices to get all that
I,
shit figured out by March. So
I'll say like Villanova just lost to St. Joseph's, I think.
Villanova losing to everybody. That shit over
No,
with over
man.
there.
Yeah,
They
they
lost
ain't
to
making
then they
it
lose to
in.
like they lost to freaking like Old Dominion,
Somebody,
right?
yeah.
Like
They ain't
first
making
of
it
all,
nowhere.
shout out to Mike Jones, the Mather grad, the Mather legend over there. You know, head
Uh-huh.
coach of the Mather. He over there, older man. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh god, oh Villanova, hang this shit up, bro. Like, hang this shit up, bro. It's
That's
bad.
crazy.
It's bad that Georgetown is like watered down. But like Georgetown, Villanova, like damn near Syracuse, like Syracuse is so down. Like they hoping that Cayenne Anthony is committed there, and they acting like he's
Yeah.
playing like his daddy. Like the Big East is in shambles, bro. Like
Yeah,
like
this not the Big East that we grew up on.
like
No, it's not.
where
No.
I need that Mark Jackson meme, man. What happened to the game I love, man? What happened to the Big
Facts.
East, man?
I need the
Facts.
disdain. That's what I need. I need that disdain to come back. Big East ain't got no
Like
damn
you
disdain.
Man.
got you got teams like Creighton balling in the Big East. What the
Yeah,
fuck going
yeah. You
on,
got
man?
Creighton and Marquette running shit, bro.
Yo, wait a
I'm
Like
like,
wait a
yo,
goddamn minute here.
you got
That's
you,
ugly.
you got Creighton,
like
Marquette, and then St. John's gonna be in the mix too because of Patino.
oh,
So
you know
yeah,
Patino.
Yeah,
I
Patino gonna
love
get them right.
He gonna cheat his way to it. I respect it.
We back in the
He
yeah.
strip
definitely, he
club.
definitely gonna do that.
We back in the strip club. Come
That's the
on
only
with
thing that's
Patino.
hindering. That's the only thing that's hindering. Ain't no strip clubs in New
In
York.
New York, I'm about to say like ain't
Nah,
nothing in New York.
he gotta go into the city with
wait,
it. He
wait,
gotta go
wait,
into the
wait,
city.
but wait, because when he was in the South, boy.
Oh
Woo!
yeah, oh yeah.
He
Hey
got a
man, that
Louisville
Kentucky,
boy.
I say that Kentucky Fried Chicken serves well, man.
it, it was there was just some legs and thighs being passed out for sure.
Hell yeah.
But what's some of your thoughts, Corey, man? Like what you seen out there?
Nah, BT. I'm gonna let BT finish it up.
Oh, go ahead, my baby.
Nah. You good, bro? Nah. So what stands out to me, man? I like seeing these good teams play each other early, man, just so you can get a measuring stick about where you're from. So I like seeing the ranked teams play against each other, man. Even if you catch an L early, it's a good test for you. So I
Hmm.
ain't gonna hold you. Like I don't watch Duke play until they play UNC. So like I seen the highlights of their game that came across, my YouTube or whatever. But like I don't watch them
Hey,
play.
hey, man,
So
the ops are an afterthought, man.
bro, I'm
Fuck
just
him.
keeping it in the bed with you, bro. Like I don't watch
Fuck
them
him.
play till they play UNC, bro. I just can't watch the Duke game. It's just that it's just me, the UNC
it,
fan,
it,
bro.
it, it makes you're allergic to it. I get you. You're
Yeah,
allergic to
man. So I
it.
can't watch them.
The
I can't
way
watch them
the way
fools
that they
play,
play,
man.
the way that they look, that's an ugly ass color blue. I feel
Yeah.
it, BT.
Hey,
I feel
nah,
it,
but
kid.
shout out Isaiah Evans, man. He's from the Ville, you know what I'm saying? Play for Duke. They ain't playing him right now, you know what I'm saying? I've been seeing the box because my dog ain't getting no minutes, so I don't know why. But,
They hating,
shout out to
man.
him, man. Shout out to him. But for me, Kansas is good. They deserve to be number one. But when they played UNC Friday, like
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
if that game was on a neutral court,
Oh
UNC
yeah, it's
wins
a
that
dub.
game, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like UNC wins that game. So, but shout out to Kansas though, man. They got it like you said. They went to the transfer portal, got a bench now. So that bench helped them out because they was banging in threes. I'm like, damn, every shot they took was going in. UNC, I like the way UNC plays. It's a different UNC team. No Armando Baycott, no like real big man down there. We gotta rely on guards this year. So RJ, Elliott, Self, Ian, and Drake. It's a more athletic team than what
hmm
we used to seeing
Yeah.
with UNC. So like I love the guard play. We keep the guard play up. We're gonna be all right with UNC. But yeah, like I said, I like the early testing for all these teams, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I saw that in the chat a lot. I was really concerned about the lack of big men, especially when
Yeah.
they was getting in foul trouble. So you see that as a like foreseeable future, like this can be like reasons why y'all lose certain games because like that 10-year pressure is just not there like I used to with Armando and
Yeah.
like past UNC great big men that y'all used to have in the post.
That's
But
what I
the
was about
crazy
to
thing
say.
is with Kansas, they was a whole lot bigger than UNC, but UNC out rebounded them,
Hmm.
which was crazy to me. But that just shows like how the guards are getting rebounds. Jalen Withers is getting rebounds. She had a double double, I think. So it's just they gotta They got to
adapt.
be rebound by committee for them
Yeah.
this year. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, Washington can give you some easy points. Hopefully. So we'll
To be
see.
honest, like with us, and this is just me being honest, like I see us not fully making a run, but I see us going deep into the tournament, probably like a Elite Eight team. I don't see a
Has
Final
to be.
Four. Yeah, like I don't see a Final Four mainly because we don't have that big man. Like that's not UNC ball that we're gonna have to play. Like this is gonna be something brand new. Like we're used to an inside outside game, a dominant guard and a dominant big that's gonna be able to play off one another. One
Hmm.
another. We're not doing that anymore. Like how BT just said, we got athletic guards. We're gonna have to rely on wings. It's like rebound by committee. Like while that could be a good
Mhm.
thing because you don't know who you can game plan for, it could end up also backfiring on us whenever we get into playoff time.
The only way I see UNC making a Final Four run is if RJ and all them get hot at the right time, like they did back in
And that fun.
2022 when RJ and
Yeah.
Caleb just got dumb hot and Brady Manic.
Yeah.
They all got dumb hot at the same time. So if all of them can catch fire in the tournament, then it could be dangerous because UNC gonna tire you out. Because HD want to push the pace. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
got the guard play to push the pace. So if they get hot at the right time, I can see them making a run. But if not, it's a Elite
Hey,
Eight.
just
Oh
in
my nigga,
time.
my
The
nigga,
Just in
biggest
time.
goddamn plug in
Yeah, the
Charlotte.
my
biggest
nigga.
slug is Charlotte.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's
We
Chilling,
was
up,
just
man.
dog?
we was just talking college hoops, man. We was going over the Kansas UNC game. We was just talking about like how y'all saying in the group chat. One of the things that could like hinder y'all this season is like the lack of interior presence with big men. So BT was just kind of over that, and Corey. So like, what's your thoughts of like
What's your
that of the
thoughts?
game and like overall what you've been seeing from like college hoops for like the past couple of weeks?
Um, like UNC's lack of size definitely is going to be a problem. Like, but I mean, the biggest problem with that game was if RJ Davis shows up, we win the game. Like straight
Mm,
up,
Nigga couldn't make a shot. Like I told Dre and them, like, bro, if that game was neutral court, UNC wins that game.
Mhm.
for sure. And the fact of the matter is, as undersized as we were, we competed on the glass pretty well, all things considered. Like at times we were getting dominated, but then at times we were able to counter that with pace and gang rebounding and got Dickinson in foul trouble. But they showed a lot of heart coming back from 20 and fall out, and a lot of teams can't do that. Like this is
yeah,
different. So we showed a lot of mental fortitude. That's definitely a game that's going to help us down the road. It's a game I would like to win because I can't stand
Facts,
Kansas, and
facts.
your boys got our number right now. But it's all right. We'll see y'all in March. We'll definitely see y'all at the Dean Dome next year. But as far as college basketball from a whole, I mean, we I'm sure you guys touch on it. I mean, we kind of see why Cooper Flag has been getting a lot of hype. He had some mistakes
yeah,
down the stretch, but um,
yeah, yeah. We
I'll
took
say
yeah,
this: my unbiased opinion on Duke, they'll only go as far as what's his name, Con Kneppel,
Yeah, Knuckle.
um, and some of their other guards can take them because March Madness is about guard play. Rarely do you see a team when it's a championship with average point guard play in the tournament. Like you have to have good guard play.
hmm,
And Canepo is an interesting prospect. Has decent size, can shoot, can play the game. Um, some NBA teams will definitely look at him kind of like a taller Reed Shepard, Dalton Connect type of prospect.
yeah. I could see that.
Space the
I could
floor,
see
but
that.
knows how to play the game. To be honest with you, I ain't really watching a lot of other teams yet. I mean, Kansas number one, they look solid. But the more we get into the season, the more I watch. But Carolina is an interesting team because they struggled their first game, but then they look good at times with Kansas. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Especially as we approach the holiday Thanksgiving tournaments and ACC SEC Challenge, and some of the
Hmm.
other big matchups in December. So definitely looking forward to that. As far as NBA, real quick, actually, we can look at the schedule real quick. I mean, Gonzaga beat the brakes off of Baylor. I didn't see that coming.
I mentioned that earlier, and honestly, I was thinking like because I still haven't watched that game. Gonzaga might be a surprising team this year, and it's because they got on that team, like from what it
Yeah.
looked like. Because when I remember when they went to the championship game against Baylor, and we was trying to, I told T, I was like, I feel like Baylor's gonna win this game, and he was like, for real? I was like, because when you look at it, that Gonzaga team, Suggs was like the one athletic dude on the team, and he wants the point guard. But Baylor is a team full of athletes, and once Suggs got into trouble, it was just a snowball effect from there on, and Baylor won a championship that year. This year, it seems like they got a lot more physicality to them, and it seemed like they got people that like they got some brothers on that team, like some dogs over there. Because
Mhm.
that beatdown they did to Baylor was probably like the most impressive win so far this season to me, in my opinion. So I feel like Gonzaga
Oh
might be
yeah.
a team that we'll look out for.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, definitely. Like they look good, but with Gonzaga, it's about what they're going to do in
And
March
when it matters, yeah,
because they play in a conference that doesn't help them prepare for March. So they have to do a lot of their heavy lifting early in the season to build their resume up. And then it's like, okay, you play that early on, but you're a different team. When you go through the grind of a season, it's a long season. You're not the same team in November that you're going to be in March.
yeah.
And not having that, not being in a conference that helps them get even more battle tested where they can kind of coast, um, hasn't helped them win a national championship. So I think that's really the biggest issue why Gonzaga hasn't really been able to get over the hump. They've gotten to the championship game twice. They got there in 2017. They got there in 2021 after COVID. Um, but they just haven't been able to get over the hump because they're just not really battle tested in conference. But they had to do a lot of the heavy lifting early in the season, and things change. Get worn down as the season goes on, or injuries happen, or confidence gets shaken. There's a lot of things that happen throughout the course of the
Mm.
season,
Yeah, I feel that,
and
but
when you're in the eighth.
no, not to cut you up, but to your point, because we talked about this with Dave earlier. When you mentioned like they're not in a good conference, UConn's not in a good conference either. Like that's not the same Big East anymore. And
No.
UConn they play like a good out of conference schedule, but once they get in conference, it's like, all right, we just playing these games. We get to the Big East tournament, and now we get to the real dance. Like, so it's Gonzaga. I feel like Gonzaga is kind of like in the same boat, and I just feel like now that it comes down to like now that you got the physicality. Now you got more of a balance on your team. It's not just finesse ball. You can go into the paint. You got some athleticism. Maybe you can do a little bit more this season, but like you said, they when it comes down, where you looking like in March? But I just feel like
Yeah.
if you're a good team, I think you should overcome a lot of things. But I understand your point, Gonzaga, because UConn has able to do it, but Gonzaga hasn't yet. So that's the big difference
Hmm.
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah,
I think the
Gonzaga.
Big East is just.
Yeah.
I
Oh, go
was saying
ahead.
Go
that
ahead.
you're right, but I just think the Big East is better than West Coast Conference, and
That's
there
true.
have been
That's
some years
that's
where
true.
The Big East has been up and down. They're not consistently good, but there have been years where they've been decent. I would say I'm not gonna say
Mhm.
strong, but they've been decent. But the West Coast Conference, outside of St. Mary's, who really gives Gonzaga a
Yeah,
Yeah.
competition?
I was gonna say
Uh,
just like it's
okay.
like they have St. Mary's and BYU. Like UConn has Marquette and Creighton, and at least like this year that's it. Like so it's kind of the same. Um, but I don't know, like those even like those bottom tier teams are better than Pepperdine and uh I don't know who
Hey,
I love these names.
nah, it's like I forgot about that.
Loyola Marymount, teams like that. So I mean, like who's better competition, Providence or
Oh
Loyola
shit!
Marymount? Like,
Oh, yeah. You know
yeah,
what? I give you that because when it comes down to it, the West Coast Conference is literally like a 1-2 team going into the conference to the tournament. At least the Big East will field you like 3-4 in a bad year.
yeah, because
So
I think we got four in last year. I think it was Marquette, Creighton, UConn, and who was? Hey, who was that? It Seton Hall, I think,
Oh,
right? No, not Seton
Oh yeah.
Hall.
yeah.
Um,
But I will say about the Big East,
yeah,
whether old Big East, new Big East. One thing about the Big East, their physicality is usually pretty high in that league, and
yeah. Hmm.
so that definitely prepares you for March. Not saying, I mean, I don't like I said the West Coast Conference isn't really on par. I'm really surprised that. Oh wait, sorry, I'm blanking real quick. Sorry, it's been a long day. But are they trying to like form some type of new like Pac-12 with Gonzaga in it or
Yeah.
something?
They
Or
are.
am I
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they
thinking?
are.
trying to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know, but Gonzaga's
I
definitely an interesting team to watch for sure. Though.
I think Gonzaga missed the train to impact. Like they should have tried to join the Big 12. I mean the Pac-12 years ago before it dissolved. At least basketball wise, because I don't know what kind of football program they got over there. But at least basketball wise, to put themselves in a conference where you can kind of see like USC, UCLA, Oregon,
Hmm.
like play those teams, and so you can get better prepared when you get into the tournament. Because even if they make this new big Pac-12, you're gonna go through the same problem because the teams that they put into this or that's involved, they
Yeah,
still subpar West
Yeah.
Coast
Arizona's
teams.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah,
UCLA's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arizona
you're
State.
right.
So it's like it's a lateral move in a sense. So it's like you're
Yeah,
really not changing anything. Maybe you get a little bit more branding because the Pac-12 has a name to it, not like the West Coast Conference, but talent wise, it's just a lateral move. So
facts.
like Gonzaga's better off just being independent and just scheduling like the country, whatever they want to do, like be like the Notre Dame of basketball. They better off doing that rather than trying to join unless they want to step into like one of the big boys
God
conference
damn.
since California is playing, it's in the freaking ACC and shit. Like anything's
I
possible
say,
That's
now.
I say,
crazy.
Gonzaga can
So
come to the Big 12. They can go to the Big
They might
12.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they
might as
play Kansas
well.
every year in Arizona, so I mean, it's definitely some I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see Kansas and Arizona in the same conference. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Arizona kind of one of them teams nobody's really talked about. They still have good talent. It's like they can't get over the hump either. They get to Sweet
Mm.
16s, they fold. Losing teams they have no business losing to. They get to the Elite Eight, they can't get over the hump. It's like when is Arizona going to get over the hump? Like get to a Final Four. That's another team. Sorry, my brain is fried. It's been a long day, so I've been thinking about teams to watch out for. Like Arizona, you bring back Caleb Love. Um, their
That's still.
coaches had teams that have been 1 seeds, 2 seeds, and get bounced
Yeah.
in the
yep,
early.
First or second
Tommy,
round. Yeah.
what's it called? It's Tommy Lloyd.
Tommy
Yep.
Lloyd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tommy Lloyd. So
hmm
he's underachieved. Like he had some stacked teams, bro, that underachieved, high
yeah.
seeds. What are they gonna do in a new conference? So that's definitely gonna be another team to watch out for as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, yeah, it's early, but I think we're in for an interesting college basketball season. We finally got the height that's been kind of missing the past few years because we got these phenom freshmen coming in between Flag, H. Bailey. We see him in the preseason, but we haven't really seen him lately. But Dylan Harper, he's been balling for Rutgers. I feel like, as a Wizards fan, I'm on the recruit, I'm on the trail. I gotta make sure I'm scouting all these top caliber players because I don't know what some of these teams are doing, but I know we supposed to be tanking the right way, the righteous way. These other teams, like fucking Milwaukee and Philly, man. I mean, fuck, we could just get to it
Mm.
right now, man. Cause what the fuck, man?
Hmm.
What the fuck going on, bro? What the fuck going on, man? Cause I don't like these tanks near my tanks. I don't like these teams near my tanks, bro. Ain't no way in hell y'all telling me y'all Cooper Flag is that nice that you got Giannis over here tanking and shit. You got Philly with Embiid over here tanking and shit. Y'all not these teams not supposed to be near my tank. I don't like this shit at all, y'all. I don't like this shit at all.
I mean, well, with the Bucks, bro, we know what that problem is. I'll let Corey talk about that one.
That's just so
You know what I'm
nasty,
saying?
BT. That's off the backboard with him.
And that's a
This
fact.
fuck, this
I,
fucking criminal, Glenn Rivers, should be
Oh
nowhere
Lord.
near a basketball court in the continental United States.
Oh
This
man.
man sounds like he smoked 2 packs of Newport
Hey,
100 full flavor
hey, bro.
menthol, and then walked on the court and decided he was gonna attempt to coach. Dre, I don't know if you got your clipboard by you, but I think you need to. I think you need to fax that up to. All right, cool. You got it. Yeah, I think you need to send that up to Milwaukee because they ain't got one up there. They don't.
Man,
They don't have
They
one.
ain't gonna know what to do with it.
Hey,
They
yo.
ain't
Right.
gonna know what to
man.
do with that
Hey,
thing.
Corey. If this was 2K and you have to get coach's icon, he definitely don't got a clipboard next to his name. I promise
Hell
you
no.
that.
Damn,
I
No.
promise you
damn.
that.
Hey yo, who
I promise
dropped
you.
who? It was. I think it was KD. We dropped that tweet in the chat the other night. They said, you know what? The '08 Celtics got to be the greatest team of all time because you
Oh,
went
they had
out
to
of
deal with
spite
Doc Rivers.
of Glenn Rivers. I don't say Doc. This nigga ain't no fucking doctor. Glenn Rivers being your coach.
Nah, man. That '08 team, it was just the fact that KG wanted it so badly. He wanted a championship so badly.
Yeah.
Like that big three wanted it so badly. Like
Yeah.
when they talk about it, they're like, yeah, during that year, all we did was just talk about going to the NBA finals. Like that's all we talked about. I'm like, yeah, they wanted it badly. It didn't matter who coached that team. They wanted it that badly.
Hey, they talk about that ring like they the 2000 through 2002 Lakers. That's how they talk about that
I'm
one ring.
saying though.
Hey, that
No,
You
one
know what's crazy
that
it
one
though?
ring
feels
for
like
them, boy.
the equivalent. It feels like the equivalent, don't it?
But truthfully though, like I'm joking aside, I think in '09 they were better than they were in '08. But when
They
KG
were.
got injured,
No, they definitely was better
Yeah.
in '09.
that killed them. I would love to see them play against the Lakers that year if a healthy Andrew Bynum. I think that would have been a war.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
When they met the next year was a
also
war, but I think '08
also
or '09 actually
Rondo
been the
was
best
stepping into
series.
the role a whole lot more, so he was actually able to lead that team of stars and be the point guard for that team. Like that's the one thing
Yeah.
I did like seeing about those teams is the growth of Rondo. And y'all know that Rondo's one of my favorite players anyway, so
No,
it's
he's
never gonna
one of
be
my
any type
favorite
of
too.
yeah, it's never gonna be any type of disrespect over here. I just hate that he's on that coaching staff.
Yo,
Yeah, but
that's
nah.
crazy, man. How bad the Bucks went down, bro. Since that
Well,
coaching
they haven't
change.
developed any. The players they drafted, they haven't. You know, the difference between Milwaukee and Boston. You know, when they met in '22, when they went 7. Since
Hmm.
then, Boston's been able to find guys in the draft that fit what they do and develop them.
Yep.
Peyton Pritchard, that
Sam
Walsh
Hauser.
kid that they drafted.
Yeah.
Even one of their big guys, like their third string center, I can't even remember his name. I watched them
Or
when they
Cornette or
came to
something like that.
Charlotte. Not
No,
even
I
Cornette,
know.
it's somebody
No,
else.
that black dude. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the black dude.
he was playing the other night. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
He just comes in, he does his job, solid, and then like they got Cornette. Yeah, like they just find guys and they plug them in and they do their job. And they,
And they're
Peyton
good with
Pritchard.
getting players too, like a Derek White, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and a Drew
Hmm.
Holiday.
Yeah,
I still don't understand how Drew fell into their lap, bro. Like,
Oh,
No, we how many
Milwaukee
times we
Because
got
started
Drew
though.
set his
Milwaukee
routine.
started it.
yep,
Milwaukee was their own demise because
yep,
but for some reason they just felt like trading Drew to Portland was going to be the end all be all. Like Portland wasn't going to flip him. Like no other
yep.
like contending team was going to pick up Drew. So you traded for Dame, thought Drew was going to be in Portland, and then you forgot like, oh, Boston was like, oh, we about to flip this Marcus Smart shit, and they got
Yep.
Drew. Like,
And they got Drew.
That, I seen that shit coming
think
a
about
mile a fucking way. That's the crazy part about it.
cause when we was talking about it last year, we was like Phoenix needs to look into that. We was like Boston needs to look into that. Like these are
Miami.
two,
Yep.
Yeah.
Miami and Boston was the one. Boston didn't even hesitate. Like,
Yeah.
Nah.
And this is the thing. Because I know how all of us feel about Boston, but the one thing that we cannot like sleep on them on or disrespect them about is the culture that they actually bring to basketball. Like when they are dominant and they're playing ball the right way and they're doing things the right way.
the ball
Like,
moves.
yeah, the
The
ball
ball
hmm
moves.
moves.
The
Like you
ball
The
moves,
ball
cannot,
moves.
man.
yeah.
And then
Like
I
you
look at
no,
can't
and
mess
Milwaukee,
with them
like
Blue.
some of their draft picks, they have not hit. They just don't draft well. You lose Grayson Allen. We talked about it when they made that
yeah,
trade. Like losing Grayson Allen was a bigger loss than what people realized because
Yeah.
he's one of the few
yeah,
guys that can put the ball on the floor and get to the rack and finish at the rim or
hmm
create some
Yep.
offense for himself. They lack that, so, especially with no Middleton out there, and they just haven't developed any young guys. They
And
got this
also
AJ
Grayson
Green kid
Allen,
that can
like
shoot.
the one of the only white goons ever in the NBA. Like we can
Man,
feel how
fuck
we
Man,
him.
want
he
about him.
ain't no
Dirty
He
good.
a
as hell.
vet.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
He a
I
bitch.
don't
He's
know. He ain't
dirty as
not
hell.
going,
He
bro.
a
Dirty as
bitch.
Nah,
hell.
nah.
He a
I
Dirty.
can't give
bitch.
him the goon
I
title,
can't give him no
bro.
goon. I can't give him
I
that
can't give
goon.
him the goon
He
title.
ain't
No,
Nah,
intimidate nobody.
he
hey,
dirty. He
hey, I
dirty,
got
bro.
that's your
Hey,
first tech,
look,
Corey.
look,
Calling
nah.
calling a fuckboy a goon. Hell no, that's a tech, man.
All right,
That's your
so
first warning. That's your
okay,
first warning for
he's
the
not a
night.
Nah.
goon. He not a goon. He a bitch.
Look, man, if I see Grayson
Yeah, he
Alley
is.
in a dark alley, I'm just gonna keep walking like ain't nothing, bro.
So all right, I
Like,
got
yeah,
one better. He's the Michael Jordan of Brooks from Houston.
Like,
Oh my
man.
Corey.
If he gonna be a bitch, he gonna be the best one.
Hey, man.
look,
But you know
look.
what's
I'm
also
gonna keep.
crazy, bro?
Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
A lot of people not talking about. Look how bad Brooke Lopez has regressed. I pulled up his
Yeah,
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Only
He's
9
getting up
points,
there.
5 rebounds a game, 39% field goal percentage, bro.
Yeah,
39%.
as a center,
26
yeah.
from three. Only 5 rebounds a
Lopez.
game.
Lopez getting up there
That's not
now.
gonna get it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez is
He
like
getting up
what,
there.
30,
He
35 or
is
something like that?
Yeah.
36.
36?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So like the thing, so I know T you was mentioning like the differences between what Milwaukee and Boston's been doing since that 7 game series. Boston has kept their identity as much as people try to tear apart Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. As much as the turmoil happened with Udoka leaving and they bring in Joe Mazzulla, as much as all these things that are happening, Boston has kept their identity. Even how much we was going against it, they still won a championship off it last year. I know they had to add Porzingis and Drew Holiday to like upgrade the five in the point guard position, but they kept their identity and won the championship. Milwaukee, on the other hand, Giannis said, "I need a superstar," so they went and got Dame, but that that ruined their identity because Milwaukee was good on the defensive side. They was good with
Mhm.
in the passing lanes, and for every reason, Dame and Giannis, after a year plus in, just still don't look like that. Like they play
They not
good
gelling.
individual ball, but together it just doesn't seem right. Like they clicking right now. It's weird to watch.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
And
we,
it
we
doesn't
can we can
gel.
put a lot of the blame on Doc Rivers, but who
Glenn
really
Rivers.
started all this mess is Giannis. Giannis started all of this because he started, yeah, like Dre said, he started the
The I
the
need this.
talking
I
to the
need
front
yeah.
office. I need to play against with a star point guard, another star. Okay, they trade Drew Holiday. Okay, we hire Adrian Griffin. Oh, I don't like playing with this for this coach. All right, we get Doc Rivers. Now you see where they at. It all points to him. And you like
See,
Giannis has to lay in the bed that he laid. This is what he started.
we
He's
called
the
this.
origin of this.
The thing about it, we called this. We called this. Do y'all remember? Literally, last year before the season even fully got underway, when it was one major piece that walked away from that organization.
Yeah, you talking about Terry Stotts? Yeah, yeah.
Hmm
We've been saying that. Yeah,
When Terry
Wow.
walked away, we was like, something ain't right about this. That's Dame's man right there. That's Dame's coach. Y'all
hmm
brought him in to make sure Dame was gonna be mending in and fitting in properly. But him walking away literally after like 2 or 3 weeks of being hired by the team, that the writing was on the wall at that particular point that something wasn't right.
And I get one last point between the two teams because this is very important. Remember, I said that Boston was willing to give up Marcus Smart, somebody that was like the heart and soul of the team, somebody that was grit and grind. They gave him up in order to get a piece like Drew Holiday. The Bucks made a mistake keeping on to Middleton because the writing on the
Mm.
wall was on Middleton. Like when it came to contract discussions, they had plenty of opportunities to get a younger player or get younger pieces to kind of fill that role Middleton had. I understand he was on that team that won a championship and everything, but y'all knew even internally in the organization that man's knees just shot. His something going on with him every season since they won that championship, and
Yeah.
they didn't want to part ways with him. They gave him another max contract, and now every since last year he's been off the court more than he's been on the court, and they dealing with that effect too. So I just feel like Milwaukee just wasn't good GMing with this team, and they now not good coaching this team. Rather, what Boston they better off on both of those fronts.
Yeah. And literally, as we speak, the Bucks are down 8 at home to Detroit. Giannis has 34 of their 69 points.
He
God.
game plan.
Now
I don't
he in a
even got like
concussion.
that.
Yeah, he's in
No
a
Okay.
game,
concussion.
and Brook Lopez actually showed up tonight, but Torian Prince giving you nothing. Um, Pat Connaughton gives you nothing,
Mm.
and yeah, they're in trouble at home versus Detroit, literally as
Okay.
we speak.
Okay, so outside of Milwaukee and Philly, because we understand what's Philly issue, we don't really got to harp on that. It's really Joel Embiid health or bust when it comes to this team. I'm looking at these Dallas Mavericks. They 5-6. They just come off another close loss last night. Are we looking at any issues with this Dallas Mavericks team? They didn't have the start that people thought they was going to have. They already lost to Phoenix. They lost to Golden State. Like, is this is just a beginning of the season? They're going to turn on soon, or should we be looking at teams like this should be concerned over here?
I
I
think
think
one thing
they got some
one
new
thing.
pieces. Oh, right there. Go ahead,
No,
David.
I was just gonna say Dante Exum, but I think TU are probably gonna let you say the same thing. I think I was just gonna talk to injuries because I think when you put someone like him or like certain role players back into the rotation, it puts
Hmm.
everyone else back in their rightful spot. So
Hmm.
I guess once that happens, I think he's supposed to come back next month or I think 2 months from now. I think that
Right.
that may help things, but it may be other issues as far as um, ball movement or like just how the offense is
Luca
running.
has a
But
groin
yeah,
injury. He has a
Uh,
nagging little groin issue, which
yeah.
can there's really nothing you can do for growing set rest into time.
Right.
PJ Washington's been out with a hamstring injury. They lost Josh Green, so trying to integrate some players that may have played different roles. So I'm not going to say I'm out on Dallas yet. I'm gonna give them a little bit more time, but
Hmm.
if they're still kind of nagging around 500 by Christmas, um, it could be concerning. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Just like you said, injuries, integrating new pieces. Hold on a second. My
man,
brother
they
coming in.
Man,
wilding
tell
over there.
man, he
They
ain't got
That's some
shit,
wilding.
bullshit.
bro. Tell
That's some
that nigga
bullshit.
he ain't got shit. Wait till I pull up, man. Wait till I pull up, team. Man, I show man, fuck him up, man. It's all my bad, bro. My bad, bro. We getting
Yeah,
my
and
bad, bro.
Dallas
Man,
sometimes get out the. I'm seeing Dallas get out the slow start. Even last year, they were really like a 7, 8 seed for most of the season. They surged at the end of the season to get to that 5 spot. So
Okay, yeah. All right, cool. All right, and I guess one final topic before we switch over. So already we seen major injuries going around the league. KD has the calf injury. They say they're gonna reevaluate him in 2 weeks, and then Zion again out indefinitely. I know I'm missing some other injuries.
Chad
Who else?
Holmgren. Chad Holmgren.
Chet's gonna be out
Chad.
for about for like 2 months, but he pretty much out until January with the hip
Paolo,
injury.
Paolo, Paolo
Paulo,
Banchero.
yeah. So I guess to y'all, which team has the it's gonna be affected the most with their injuries in a sense, like because there's a lot of big names that's shelved right now.
It's
I'm gonna say
OKC.
Orlando. I'm gonna say Orlando.
I
Uh,
don't know.
you
Yeah, I
don't
don't know
think
about that
so?
either.
The reason I say I don't know because the East is weak and they still defend at a high level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
Corey, you said
OKC.
OKC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think OKC because like you're losing a major part of your offense and of your team, point blank period. And they still don't have Black Zay either. Black Zay's still out.
Oh, that
Yep.
Hartenstein not there yet. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll be real with you. They have no front court because Jalen Williams is not playing.
yeah.
Black Zay not playing. Chet is down. They literally playing like straight up five guards, five wings. And right now, I think they're still winning against the
Yeah, it's still
Pelicans,
with
who
the
is
game.
so but Pelicans are wild. Zion Williamson. I don't know. I haven't seen
And,
CJ
and,
out there.
and Pelicans don't have DeJounte Murray, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, he's out.
Out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So is it just time for the Pelicans to blow this shit up?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
looking like that.
Yeah. It is.
I mean,
And I
I
hate to
know
say
they
that
just,
because I like their coach, man.
I know they just got the Devontae Murray and shit like that. But like, you got reports with Ingram on the block. Zion can't stay healthy. CJ ain't shit all on and off the court. Like,
Hey man, y'all gonna say I'm crazy, bro, but bring Zion back home, bro.
woo!
Be honest.
Wait a minute,
I
wait a
mean,
minute. You
we
sure?
need a big. We need a big. We need a big. I see the vision.
Hey,
I see the vision.
We
Wait a minute,
need
wait
we
a
need
minute,
a
wait a
rim
minute.
running big man bad.
And
LaMelo
one nigga
Ball
can
Him,
is
stay
still
him
healthy.
and
around for
Lamelo
Vucevic and
Williams. That
Devontae.
shit would
Hold
be
on,
hell.
hold
Oh
on,
my god.
T.
Lob
I see
City.
the vision with X's and O's. I see the vision with X's and O's, but we're not talking X's and O's with Zion. Who's the
You talking
vet
about
that's going to
hoes?
help? Who's the vet?
We
Because
talking
look,
food and hose, not X's and O's. Food and hose.
You got Charlotte and all of South Carolina next to this motherfucker, man. You saw the damage he did in New Orleans. You saw what
You got
New
Atlanta
Orleans did.
skipping.
and
Atlanta's a hot skip in the jump.
Charlotte
Atlanta's a
building a
hot
lot
Then
of
he got two,
lounges.
and then he got DC about 2 games a week, 2 games a year, 3 games a year. And who's the vet that's gonna protect Zion from himself
Hey,
on that
Hey
team?
Dave, I'm
the
sorry,
vet is
bro.
gonna be Charles Lee. Charles Lee is gonna be the vet. That's the
And
only
Kimber.
Hey
person.
Dave,
And
bro.
Kimber. And Kimber.
Dave, I'm
Kimber's
sorry,
here.
bro. I hope.
Kimber back.
Hey Dave, I'm sorry, bro, but Zion gonna go after your photogenic
Hey,
chick, bro.
bro. Hey.
Hey,
I have no
chill,
idea who that is.
chill. We don't know.
I have no idea who that
We
is.
do not know that person.
Yeah, we
We
don't.
don't.
We
We
don't.
don't know who that is.
We don't,
I
bro.
have no idea who that is. No idea.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm just
yo,
saying.
the Pelicans need to break it up. We can go all the way
Hey,
I'm
back.
just saying, if it was a player, I would get it more likely be Ingram. He's a healthier player. He's more reliable. But I understand the vision with Zion. Like him and LaMelo together, man, that's a scary sight.
oh,
Then you
that's
got B
Like,
Melo on the
this is
wing.
not.
yeah.
Then you got Miles. Like that would literally
No,
be.
I'm sorry. Miles,
That would be
Miles can
Lob City
go.
West. I
I
mean
would
Lob
trade
City
Miles
East.
with
Miles
the
about to
Zion
get
package,
shipped
bro.
out. Miles and his studio studio time about to get shipped out.
You gonna put them in them
Because before
studios
he got
down in
injured, Miles
Louisiana?
really.
They gonna be out there saying, "Baby."
Mm.
Like Miles has kind of got to a slow start this year, bro. Before he got injured, like he had
Hmm.
a couple of good games, but he really got to a slow start. Um, Brandon Miller really kind of been inconsistent as well. I don't know. We can talk about the Horns real quick. I'm like
yeah.
Charles Lee, man. Like I don't know what type of system he's implementing. I don't know if this is an adjustment period or what, or sophomore slump for B Millie. But outside of Lamelo, it seems like a lot of guys haven't really. Trey Man, he had a back problem, so he's kind of had some slow games lately as well. So like I don't know. Charles Lee's a young coach, and I'm sure he'll adapt. But man, like you got to unlock Brandon Miller somehow, bro. Like I know Brandon Miller hasn't played a lot with Lamelo, so I don't know if that's a dynamic that not that there's conflict, but like trying to figure out how to play with each other. And Brandon Miller's got to be more assertive, bro. Like he was terrible last night versus the Magic
Yeah.
in the in-season tournament, and we need him right now to be that guy because Miles might return next week, and then like who knows with Mark Williams, bro. Like at this point, sign JaVale McGee. I know Corey, you brought it up in our chat, bro. But honestly, at this point, we have nothing to lose, man. Look at Dwight Howard, bro. We have nothing to lose at this point right now. The East is down, bro. Like this is like
This is the time that we
the game,
should be
like losing to
like,
Philadelphia with no Embiid and no Maxey, bro, is inexcusable, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm about to say it's just Boston
And
Real
do we
quick.
even believe in Cleveland?
and yeah, and
I mean, I'll say
Cleveland.
this: like Kenny Atkinson's brought them together, and like that
Yeah.
Jarrett Allen Mobley dynamic, they kind of figured that out, and then Garland and Donovan kind of figured it out, but they're not beating Boston. When they get
Nope.
Boston some bump.
They can. I
But
mean,
actually, think about the playoff series last year. The playoff series last year, actually, it was a 5-game series. A lot of them games were competitive, though.
Yeah.
I'm just, not gonna beat Boston, but I think it goes 6 games.
yeah,
Boston's
yeah,
gonna have one game where
possibly.
they just jack up a bunch of threes and brick.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
like
Like Boston has,
Cleveland's just one of those teams. Like you have a team like this every year that they have a hot start, like, and they may have like a really good regular season. This reminds me of a lot of
2015
like
Hawks.
when like Toronto did it before we got our ass whooped by LeBron. Shout out to LeBron. But But I mean, you have a team like that. Even like the Knicks were like that before Trey Young showed up in the playoffs. So yeah, I think the Cavaliers can get to the conference finals. I think they can, but I think it might be 5 games again if they play Boston.
Good blocks. Damn, Shea. Mm. Shea out here hooping, bro.
Hey man,
He
he
is.
carrying. It's a carry job right now.
No, it really is. Like that was
Gary
a nice
Jones,
actually.
I can go on
Ni-
too, bro. Come on, leave.
But yeah,
But
like,
yeah, like
but yeah, it's really just Boston's conference to win, bro. It's like ain't like all those years we talk about like when LeBron was running the East, Boston damn near can probably have like a 3 to 5 year stretch of doing the same shit, unless teams like Orlando and Banchero, like just because of his overall play, keeps evolving and challenging them. But with these five, and Porzingis not even playing yet, and they just out here. I know they got upset the other night against Atlanta, but if we're just looking at the overall picture, Boston is just like what don't they have? Like
They
if we being
complete.
honest.
They complete, man. They got everything. They got
And
everything.
what I have to admit and give credit to Boston again, it was a lot of different scenarios and situations going on where this team could have been selfish. They won a ring. There's a lot of disgruntled players for different reasons going into the season, but yet they still come together and look like one of the best teams. Again, without Porzingis, so I think they coming in with a better mindset than they did last year before they won the chip. So
The
you
pressure
kind of
off
like,
too, man. So they
They
can
more
yeah.
they playing
they
free and
can
they
play
more
with
focused. That's
ease. They
that's
can play free.
crazy.
Yep.
Mm,
That
mm,
that's the danger that you don't want to see with a team is whenever they
yeah,
are playing free and they are more focused.
yeah, I feel it. But and I know one of them has a major injury, but who has a better impressive star out there in the West? The Golden State Warriors or the Phoenix Suns? Because both of them only have
um,
about 2 losses, and both KD and Steph have been very good in clutch moments this season, especially when Steph. I know Steph missed a couple of games, but both of them they seem like they got extra boost from playing with each other on that Olympic team, and they look like they probably went back about 5 years. Honestly, the way they've been playing lately. So, which team between those two things having a better start to their season so far?
I have to
I'm
go with
sorry,
Golden
BT. I'm gonna
State.
say the Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking the Warriors too, man. But Buddy Hield, bro. That
that
was it.
nigga is
Wasn't a big
hooping,
addition.
bro.
It wasn't like I think Dre. You said this one time. It wasn't a big addition, but it was something that was necessary. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't that star free agency pickup, but it
Hmm.
was something that you needed like to help your bench.
Hmm.
So yeah,
D'Anthony Melton too.
Yeah, very solid pickup, man. Even Cal Anderson so behind. You know what I'm saying? He over there
Yeah,
hooping.
yeah.
So they got all the pieces they needed, bro. Like, cause with Phoenix, they got Tyus Jones. That was a real big pickup for them. But they still had KD and Booker, so we kind of expected them to do what they
to,
doing a little
exactly.
bit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But with
Right.
Golden State, I did not expect this. I'm not gonna hold you.
No.
And what's crazy is
I
like
know
their
Chris
tallest
Paul
player is
was,
six
bro.
foot nine. This player's tallest player
Trace,
9. They still out rebounding teams.
wait, Trace Jackson Davis.
Yeah,
Yup.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
because Kevon Looney coming off the bench and
Oh,
he's six
true.
nine.
I know
So.
Tish was on one BT yesterday, bro.
Man, luckily, hey, it's all good, bruh. She was chilling. She was talking to her this morning, but it's all good. She
Hey
deserved it.
BT, who you think is happier, bro, with that game last night? Tish or KD?
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Hey
man.
yo,
Hey,
Uh,
shout out to KD,
that's
man.
Shut up,
wild.
man. He probably
Shout out to
Real
was
hate.
just
KD.
because Steph did
Hey,
what he
we love
did.
this game. We love this game.
Uh,
I
nah,
think I think Katie was just a little upset because Clay hit 6 threes though. Like,
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it was too.
but
yeah.
I think he wanted the perfect defeat, bro. It's like he wanted him to go out there and shoot like 1 for 10 on the field. Basically, what he did, what got him kicked out of Golden State in the first place with that piss ass performance that got Golden State kicked out, bro. Like, but yeah, yo, T, you fucking
Hey, I love an agenda. I love
Hey,
an agenda.
man.
I mean, before, because I know you just missed before we get into the NFL. Anything you want to say about the rankings, real quick? Like anything you feeling? Anything in particular you're looking at?
College football.
Yeah.
The Big Ten, they're in good position for now, but let's be honest, bro. Indiana, bro. I don't think Indiana would be. They'll get smacked by Bama, Georgia, Texas, LSU. They're very fortunate. We'll find out next week how good they really are when they play Ohio State on the road.
Hmm.
Penn State, they're
Fraud.
gonna get in just by default, but I'm not. I'm not buying Penn State either, man. Like
Yeah, we
they'll
talked.
coast to the
We pretty.
playoff.
Yeah, we said the same thing. It was like Penn State. They really not a number 4 seed team. I mean, a number 4 overall ranked team. Indiana. We're gonna see about them when they play Ohio State. But yeah, we hit. Yeah, you're right. We hit on those points too, man.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is Miami still being in the top 10 after the loss. They should be able to finish the season, win the rest of the games, and probably get in the AC championship game. But still being in the top 10 is going to help their cause. Just be interesting to see what happens the rest of the ACC because there's a scenario where the ACC champion might not get a first round bye, like because Boise State
Hmm.
might be ahead in the rankings. Like let's say, for example, Clemson
So
gets to the ACC
ACC,
championship
so
game.
so ACC championship doesn't automatically get them a don't automatically get you a bye.
It's the highest four conference champions, including the Group of Five.
Ah, okay,
They mentioned it this
okay,
morning, I think, on Get Up or something, and I was like,
okay,
"Oh, I didn't know that." I
okay.
assume it's
Now
the
that
Power
that
Four conferences, but
yeah, okay. That makes it everything. That changes a lot then. Okay,
because like you got five conference champions, including the highest
right,
ranked Group of Five
right.
team. So Boise State wins their conference, they're a conference champion. Depending on where the committee ranks them versus Miami or Clemson or SMU, that's a scenario to watch out for.
Okay.
But what if Boise State loses one more game? Are we still gonna get a team from the Mountain West, or are we gonna replace
No,
them
no,
with
no,
somebody?
no. It's where they are in the rankings.
Okay.
So like, you take the five conference champions, you basically see them by ranking. So like right now, Oregon would be the one. I'm assuming Texas would be the two
Mm-hmm.
seed, and then of course the
Yeah.
Big 12 champion.
Yeah.
Um,
BYU's undefeated, so they number three, and then
And
Miami's
then
number four
my
right now.
Yeah.
for right now, but like BT, I mean T, you brought up a great point. Okay, I did not know that. So okay, so it's actually more to it than I thought. So it's still a lot to decide going on these next few weeks, man. So this is
Yeah,
really
there's
gonna
a
be
lot.
interesting.
yeah, that's really the scenario to watch out for. I think Miami being ranked to the top 10 is going to help them.
Okay,
Uh,
for sure. All right, bet. Hey, yo, shout out to T, man. Hey, see, that's why you gotta have a guy that be on the scene, man. T be knowing, bro. T be knowing. But I guess we can finish off this episode. Let's get into some NFL. We've been off for a couple of weeks, so we had some deadline moves. We had some QB changes. We had some pink slips being handed out. A lot of action going on and off the gridiron. Um, I know Panthers, y'all joined a 2-game win streak right now. Bryce Young able to kneel down twice in a row. Like, hey, how y'all feeling overall? Because on the one hand, yes, it's good to wake up on Monday and be like, we have a victory, especially against teams like the Saints and the Giants that ain't worth a damn. But on the other hand, this is hindering y'all in the draft position. So what's your overall thoughts on how the Panthers are doing right now?
Ready for a losing streak. That's what we're ready for. I mean, if we want to get Travis Hunter, I mean that's what we got to prepare for. But I mean, like the schedule, uh, maybe we
Chiefs.
might get like maybe one or two more wins, but
We'll beat Dallas.
yeah, Dallas.
Definitely gonna beat Dallas. Who else they got? They're gonna lose the next game. They got Patty in
But
there.
We
So
got the
something is
Chiefs.
some telling me
Yeah,
that we might beat Tampa Bay one of those times.
we play
I could
Tampa Bay
I
at
could see
They're
home
that.
banged up.
December
No
1st. Yeah,
They're
receivers.
banged up pretty bad.
Yeah, we could beat them. So that's the 2 wins right there.
Yeah, I'm
I'll be
not
honest
counting
with you. It can go two.
the Cardinals. They just been on fire, so I'm not counting that as being anything.
Nope.
The one thing about the Cardinals game is that's a West Coast team coming to the East Coast for one
Oh
play.
yeah.
Yeah, so that might be another dub. We
Yeah, the
might end
Cardinals
up
look
we
good.
might fuck
I'm not
around and
gonna
have
lie.
6 wins.
Honestly, when no soon as that kick went in and we beat the Giants, I stopped talking about Travis Hunter because I really don't see it. I hate to say it, I don't see it
Yeah,
anymore. Like
Hey, you know
and
you need to start thinking about Will Johnson or somebody else, yo.
he gonna be
Or
gone too.
yeah,
Yeah,
If we don't pick in the top 5, bro, we ain't getting none of
or
them niggas. They
whoever
gotta start
yeah,
looking at
or
linebackers or D
whoever
line.
the second
exactly.
best
That yeah,
offensive
we
lineman
definitely gonna
is,
be looking at we're gonna be looking at linebackers and
Linebackers
D
or D
and
linemen.
or edge
edge.
rushers. Yeah, edge
Oh,
Yeah,
yep,
rushers.
that's it,
yeah,
Hmm.
bro.
because I don't know what the draft order is right now. I know Jacksonville's number one, but
We're
the
number nine.
way
we number 11.
because I
Oh, no,
know
We're
God damn,
not.
number 11.
I thought we were
because I
nine.
know
There's a
We
lot of
not.
bad football teams.
I thought we was
yes,
There's
it's
a
a
10.
lot
lot.
of bad football
No,
teams.
it's a lot of bad. Like, thank you, T. It's a lot. Like Dallas only has 3 wins, and Dak is done for the season.
Yep.
So, and they pretty much setting themselves up for the tank. Then
Yeah,
Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence is
yeah.
banged up. They setting themselves up for the tank. The Patriots,
Dallas trading up into
Patriots
the
should
top five. Dallas is gonna trade up
Patriots
into
should
the
be in
top five.
top five.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Patriots, Patriots, Cleveland's in the run for it. The Saints are in the run for it.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
the Raiders. Yeah.
the Raiders. So this is what's making this draft
oh,
interesting
niggas is gonna
because
pull for QBs. Oh my god,
and
niggas.
that's the thing because and that's the there's two QBs that you should really go for in this draft. There's really only two QB,
Only
but
two.
it's a lot of teams that's going for those two QBs for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because either you're a team that's strapped at the cap like New Orleans and Dallas, and it's like we need a new QB in the building because we're not going to be able to get one free agency or through trade, or you're just a bad team like the Patriots, or well, they don't need a QB, but you got a bad team like damn, hold up, teams might actually be straight in Q because
The
Raiders,
Giants.
The
Raiders and the
Titans,
Giants.
the
Raiders and
Titans.
the Giants.
So that's what I'm getting. So okay, so you got the Raiders, Giants, and Titans. They're looking for a QB straight up, regardless, because they just need to step into a new direction. Then you got the strap teams at the cap that's trash that need a QB like the Browns and the Cowboys. It's like, hey yo, it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly up there, man.
I'll be honest with y'all. At this point, we need to build a culture, and if we win a couple games, then so be it.
That's what.
Just
And
take
to
the
be
best
honest
player
with you,
available.
that's where I'm at
Mm-hmm.
too, bro.
It's crazy because I literally just retweeted a video. It was Chuba Hubbard like hyping up the crowd. I was
And
like,
then
oh,
Sean
Mm.
okay.
Robertson.
I
Yeah.
said, okay, I like what I see there.
No,
Like, if we're gonna have dogs like that actually talking their shit, especially someone like a Chuba who is actually out on the field producing. Chuba is top five in rushing right now. A lot of people don't know that. He's
Yes.
quietly
yeah.
top five in rushing,
Yep.
and he
Mm.
out here talking that shit, hyping up the team. Yeah, that's who I want as a leader on my team. If they don't
And
make him captain next
let's
year,
not forget
it's a
about
problem.
J.C. Horn at cornerback locking up
Yeah,
niggas.
Yo, yeah, JC.
yeah.
Oh my God, JC on
No,
fucking fire.
I was going to say that like understand that, and it's funny because I'm gonna revisit an old point and question I asked in an earlier episode. Y'all have young pieces where it's like it's not all bad. It's all about execution and finding an identity on how y'all going to win games, right?
Hmm.
Because yeah, there's a lot of similarities to us. Like y'all, JC Horn is like our scary Terry. Like you have that person that you know he's a baller. It's just like, damn, where's the other help gonna come at? Like it's like in football, you really need other pieces to help you move along or to get you over the hump. So y'all got that, like you got that impactful, like Pro Bowl type player, no matter what position he is. And then you also have a good rushing game because y'all did upgrade your offensive line this offseason. So that's what's been helping Chuba Hubbard get going in the run game. So now it's like, okay, Bryce looks like he's more confident out there. He's not like overly getting you over with the stat, but he looks like he's in a better headspace. He's looking more confident out there. He's trying to get the ball downfield to these rookie wide receivers you have in Coker and our homie Leggett and everything. So it seems like he's in a better headspace. So that's going on for you. So now it's all about like T said, sometimes establishing a culture is more than just trying to get a player. Because what's the point of getting a player if you're in a trash culture? You feel
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
me? which is leading me to my next point. Because I remember when I asked the question, like, who's in the worst spot between y'all and the Bears, and y'all surprised I said I picked the Bears. That was me letting y'all know that I was wrong. I admit that I was wrong because what's going on in Chicago is all bad. Even with the trade, it's all bad in Chicago.
They just know how to ruin quarterbacks. Yeah. Think about it. Mitch Trubisky comes in, lame duck coach, set him up for failure. You draft Justin Fields under a lame duck coach and bring in an even worse offensive minded coach. You bring in a defensive coach who doesn't know jack shit about developing quarterbacks and say, oh, Justin Fields is the problem. And yeah, he had to play his role in it, but we've seen Justin Fields look good with Pittsburgh. I mean, they look better since they put Russ in. I admit it, but he did a good job getting them to 4-2. So clearly, he had the problem. Now he can sit and continue his development. In an organization that knows how to win. And then you do the same thing to Caleb Williams. You bring him under a lame duck coach. When you got the number 1 pick, and everybody knew that they're going to take Caleb Williams, you should have fired Matt Eberflus and brought in an offensive-minded coach to develop your quarterback. This is a lost season for Caleb Williams because you're going to have to come in and bring a new system, new terminology, new playbook, and a quarterback whose confidence is shot.
Seen this before.
I'm about to say, we've seen this before. Very, very recently, too.
Yeah.
But, hey, getting back to it, I would say this. Do y'all remember after a certain trade was made in the offseason and a certain signing was made, I said, and I quote, we won that. We got rid of someone, and we actually got someone for a lot cheaper and that can actually give his production. Everybody told me that I didn't know what I was talking about. That's all.
Yeah, talk that talk, dog.
Everybody told me I didn't know what I was talking about. We seen them play. We seen them play on Sunday against one another. Well, not physically against one another. We saw somebody disappear, like how they always disappear. When your team needed you the most, you became Avatar. How he always
Damn, man. Damn, man. Not Aang, man. Damn, man.
I hate to do I hate to call him Aang, because Aang my boy.
Damn.
But and I'm gonna let every Giants fan know. I'm gonna let everybody know that name stays home. Y'all better stop calling him fucking Spider-Man. That's not his fucking name.
Oh man.
Y'all can call him Twister. Y'all can call him whatever y'all want to call him. Y'all can call him Can't Set the Edge.
Oh my god.
Hey, I like that one. That was good.
Now we've got to the point of the pod where I can talk my shit. Because first and foremost, I told the world we were good when we picked up DJ. I said we got DJ. He's a lot cheaper for the same production. Matter of fact, he's gonna give us more production. I literally pulled up the stats for the past 2 years and showed them side by side. I said, and I quote, whoever is beside Brian Burns is always going to produce more than him because he does not know what he does not know what he's doing. He can't set the edge. He shoots any kind of tackle whatsoever. He had one play that entire game, and that was that sack.
That was the first play.
The first play of the game. After that, you barely heard much from him. He was more effective in the run game than he was in the pass game, but he's supposed to set the edge. So you playing defensive tackle at this point. That's what I heard. You in the run game, my brother. So you filling the gaps. That's what it sounds like to me. But speaking of that, but speaking of our 2-game win streak, let's talk about how it started.
Oh,
the bitch ass niggas down in New Orleans. And the pink slip Panthers, we did y'all a fucking favor. We got rid of y'all bitch ass coach, y'all dirty ass coach, y'all disgusting ass coach. Fuck that nigga Dennis Allen. I'm glad. I hate that he's gone because I love how he traumatized y'all motherfuckers. Fuck
they
y'all.
did the second line in New Orleans on a man's fireman. That was nasty work, New Orleans. Nasty work.
And then these motherfuckers, they were sitting here. They was so upset that they lost to us. They were so sad that they lost to us. They act like It was. Well, let me get my
Man,
shit off
they
real quick.
act.
No, let me get my shit
Yeah,
off
go
real
ahead, go
quick.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
They
ahead.
was around
My
here
bad.
acting like it was August 29th, 2005. That's how
Oh
they were
my
acting.
God, bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
No,
Come
fuck
on.
that. Fuck that. Fuck
Come on.
that.
You taking
Because you
a
got
that's
bitch
a
ass
15-yard
Cam
penalty.
Jordan. We got bitch ass Cam Jordan. He wasn't even 5 minutes removed from the field. We just lost to the Panthers. Man, shut your bitch ass up. How Lonnie Johnson and J.C. Horn tell them? Bro, we got the same record as y'all. But y'all out here acting like y'all, these motherfuckers act like they was 6-2 or some shit. And then speaking of, let's go back to this week. We set them up perfectly for the perfect expiration date. They should have been killed for the season. But the Falcons, who can't finish shit, they couldn't even put them in the ground. The Falcons ain't nothing but what is it called? Like not a rim job. What is it?
Oh my
Y'all know them edging. They edging. The Falcons edge more than Brian Burns. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Hey,
That's
hey,
nasty
man.
work. That's
Hey,
disgusting work.
amen,
Dog,
amen,
fuck, I ain't
amen,
Hey,
saying
talking
amen,
about some
I ain't
edge,
amen,
saying
bro.
I
amen,
ain't,
That's two
amen.
yellow
I ain't
That's
cards.
your
saying
that's your
If we were on the pitch,
Ah,
that's two yellow
that,
cards.
that's
Oh my goodness. Oh my
man,
goodness,
bro.
bro.
fuck
You two, don't shadow ban us again, please.
Hey man.
ah
my bad,
Hey,
y'all.
ah.
we just gonna keep doing. We're gonna go with the Lord. That's what we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna go with the Lord with this slander. That's what we're gonna keep doing.
Hey, he put it on my heart. My
Uh,
Lord and Savior put it on my heart.
Mm.
mm. Oh Lord, yeah. It's been an interesting NFL season. That's all I can say. If you're losing, you're losing bad. If you're winning, you're winning good.
Yeah.
Some teams win ugly, but a dub's a dub. I mean, yeah, just just a, I don't know what to say, man. It's just a lot of moving parts, bro. It's a lot of.
Hey, I just want my 2 more wins. I want my 2 more wins so I can be happy with how the season goes and we can say that we're trending up. That's all I
All
want.
right. This is what I want, bro. I want Canales to stop being a hoe and just name
Yeah.
Bryce to start up for the rest of the season, bro. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Open up the
Like,
playbook, bro.
what are we
Open up the
doing,
Yeah.
bro?
playbook.
Look. Ray Jesus died for his sins so Bryce Young can walk again. Come on. Come on. I'm bringing the nickname back for you, Corey. I'm bringing the name because he served his person. He was never supposed to walk on water. He was supposed to go there and look bad enough so Bryce could get his job back. The sacrifice was needed. The sacrifice was needed.
And on the third game,
I ain't got nothing else to say, man. I'm done.
Woo!
I'm done, man.
Woo!
Y'all got it. Y'all got
Mm-mm.
it.
Golly.
I'm done.
Where is my
And
where is my goddamn composition book? Where is my goddamn composition book?
yeah, anybody else got something to say?
I'm
I ain't
done.
got nothing else to say.
I'm
I ain't got
done,
nothing
man.
else to say, man. Um,
Oh shit, man. Follow the
Pittsburgh
pod,
plays their
like,
Ravens
subscribe on YouTube.
versus Ravens this Sunday. That's a great matchup. Tune in for that, Joy. Um, Philly versus Washington tomorrow. Pray for the boys. We're gonna see. We're gonna really see who's going to be the lead in this division. Yeah. Kansas City undefeated and shit. Yeah. I ain't got nothing, man.
type
Or
shit.
you fucking.
Type shit.
I'm done.
We got any
Hey,
final
man.
thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Hey, final thoughts. The prophecy may unfold. If Kansas City win this weekend, I'm calling it. The prophecy gonna unfold.
Hey, don't let them beat the Chiefs, bro. I'm
Hey,
talking
if they beat
Oh
the
so
my
Chiefs,
much.
goodness.
I'm gonna be out on Mint Street like we won the damn Super
Oh
Bowl.
my goodness.
What time y'all play?
Oh,
What time y'all play?
1
I
o'clock.
think it's at 1.
Ah, shit.
1 o'clock.
Ah, shit.
Don't let them move. If Kansas City win this week, if we the team that falls their undefeated record, you can't tell me shit.
I don't
What?
know, man. ESPN and all the outlets gonna lose their mind, bro.
And I'm gonna love it.
They ain't
Here's
gonna
my
lose their mind.
here's my final thought. And this is crazy because the state of New York took the souls of all these sports franchises just so the Liberty can win a fucking championship. And I found that very, very sad, especially when it comes to this football shit. because the Jets and the Giants suck. Both of them stink, especially the fucking Jets.
The Jets are the Jets.
Travis was right. Green Bay
He called
fans
it.
was right. Everything he said involving the NFC North teams and Aaron Rodgers, he was right. Because what we saying, they should not have got their ass whooped by Arizona like that.
No.
That's my final thought. The state of New York football is in hell. That's my final thought.
Facts.
And the Knicks lost tonight too. And the Knicks lost tonight. Hell yeah.
Hey, yo,
Hey, man.
shout out to Cam Thomas though. Shout out to Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson. Y'all some real niggas, man. We got a shout out for y'all. Say Cam, save the Cams. Save all the Cams, man. Save the Cams, man. Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson. Save all of them, man.
This is New York sports way of showing women's empowerment, man. Sacrificing for the liberty, bro.
I see that.
That's what it is, bro.
Because I wish one team didn't sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? But that's a story for another day.
We don't gotta do that.
It's a story for another day.
Yeah,
No,
I'm gonna say,
Let me say this real quick. Over the off season, what I want for my team is for them to let Evero go and bring in Robert Salah. That's all I got to say.
All right.
yeah.
Team, final thoughts, man.
Let's see. I mean, you know, the usual. Fuck the Knicks. Fuck Adam Silver.
Yeah, keep the streak alive.
I mean, we got this great in-season tournament, and you're telling me you're gonna put the in-season tournament next year on fucking Amazon Prime?
That's the commissioner for you.
Sick work.
Not everything can be on Amazon Prime, man.
Everything can't be on Amazon Prime.
Not everything
Like
can
what
be
are
on
like
there,
what
bro.
are we? Ain't we getting the NBA on NBC back next year? Like what are we doing? What are we doing here,
We
bro?
could have had the semifinals and the championship game on NBC, but no Amazon Prime.
What
And
are we
granted,
doing?
a lot of people have Prime Video. I get it. There's probably more people with Prime Video than cable or whatever. Fine, but come on, bro. The in-season tournament on Amazon Prime. The play-in tournament on Amazon Prime. What are we doing, bro?
We could have had Dwayne Wade and Noah Eagle calling them games.
And we talking about the whole play-in tournament, like
Yes,
group
on
play.
Amazon Prime. Well, I don't know about the whole in-season tournament, but I know the play-in tournament getting the playoffs is going to be on Amazon Prime next year.
Oh,
No
God.
ESPN, no NBC, not even Peacock.
Oh,
Well,
my God, bro.
This dude, bro.
well,
You continue, as Stephen A. Smith would say, to denigrate the great game of basketball, bro.
Whew.
I'm sick of this shit, bro. You can send the vans, bro. I got heat and a pistol on me, bro.
No, it wouldn't have been him, T. It wouldn't have been him. You know who would have sent them?
David Stern would never done this in the league, bro.
Nope.
He never would have.
well. On that note, ST was trying to say earlier, we everywhere, man. Follow the pod, like, subscribe, share with the homie, share with the ladies. Lady love sports too. They need to hear these takes. They need to hear this content. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hard to find. We out here. We just trying to grind shit. Just having a good time doing this. But yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And before we leave, because lately we just seen a lot of crashing out from these athletes lately. All thing I can say is, man, just keep the crashing out private, man. We don't need to see your L's, bro. We don't need to see the L's, dog.
Athletes are regular niggas, bro.
We don't need to see the L's, bro. Everybody keep
that to yourself.
Yeah,
keep all the crash outs and the L's to yourselves, man.
Yep.
It's okay.
Learn how to
It's
take
okay.
L's privately.
It's okay. It's okay. You're not on ESPN taking this L, so you don't have to let us know about it, bro. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, bro. It's okay, sis. We understand. Well, I don't understand. Get us out of here, Dave.
Hey, shout out to the new subscribers. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out.
Subscriber to the new followers, everyone that's new to South 4. We appreciate y'all watching. We appreciate y'all.
Get hurt again. Oh, this is old. Never mind.
Hey,
my bad, yo.
New content is on the way. We're gonna be back in the arenas real soon. Just wait on it. Follow us on all the social media platforms. all the anywhere you get your podcast. Sads and Four, we out of here.
Gang.
Hmm.